Hey guys, this 1950 Plymouth has been sitting here for too long. I never actually intended to store it here, and I thought today is as good a day as any to move it. Let's see if we can get this thing going, and maybe we'll go for a little drive around the yard with the Menace here. What do you think, Frankers? You want to go for a ride? There you go. There you go. Luckily it has snow tires on the back. Might actually do. Right. First order of business, flat tire. Okay, I gotta jack it up. Tires off the bead. Sorry about the compressor noise. We'll just let that finish up and then we'll put some voltage to it and see how she goes. Looks like Frankers is ready. Oh, nice girl. You gonna go for a ride today? Okay. Fun thing about this particular car is it actually has antifreeze and a water pump and a mechanical fuel pump and a tank. So if I want to, we can actually drive this thing around a bit. Well, I'm going to try it again here. A little more gas. Now we'll leave it on the fast idle for a few seconds with the choke on. Quite alarming how well this car runs for something that's been off the road for 50 years. There is a 3-part series on the channel where I got this car going. I actually had the head off years ago before I had a YouTube channel, and the engine was stuck and I managed to knock it loose and free it up, but I never did the valves. I never even replaced the head gasket. I just put it back together and gave it a little tune-up. Anyway, yeah, shit, it's probably 10 years ago that I got this thing going. Maybe I'll go turn the heater on. Not bad, eh? You don't care at all, do you? Listen to that. It runs so well. Now, before you get any ideas about restoring this car, it's very rotten. And hey, this is coming from me. I like rusty Plymouths, but this one is right up there. When we were kids, we used to ride our bikes out into the country here. This is about 5-10 miles from where my parents lived and where we grew up. And there was an older fellow who used to collect cars, and he lived right there. Anyway, 20 years later, I ended up buying the piece of property across the street from that gentleman. His name was Bob. Old Bob, he liked Plymouths, he really liked 56s. Anyway, he had probably 100 cars in his yard, so kind of funny that I ended up here. And this is actually one of the cars he had. I did some work for him one time on he had one of those K-car Imperials, remember those? He had one of those and it was white and he wanted it painted black, so I did a complete color change on it for him. Not a fancy job, but the car was in good shape. And he traded me this car and an identical 4-door for parts, and I don't know, he probably got the better part of the deal, but that's how I came to own this 50 Plymouth, and I've probably owned this car for 20 years. And yeah, I mean, I knew even when I got it, it was rough, and I don't know, it reminds me of old Bob, and Andy and I used to ride our bikes out here, and we would take pictures of his cars, and boy, I wish I had that. I lost that photo album in one of my many moves over the years, but Bob was quite a fellow. And anyway, I hear we just lost him this year, and now his daughter's living there, so that's cool. We'll have to pop over there and say hi sometime. But that's the story on this Plymouth. It was one of Bob's 100 or so cars that he had, and he sold them all off about the time that I moved here. Anyway, just kind of a weird coincidence that I ended up hoarding cars on the same intersection as Bob did 50 years ago. And before we run out of gas, because the gas tank is 1 gallon, let's try moving it up to the shop, and we'll put a little more air on the tires, and then we'll go maybe around the yard with the Menace. What do you think there, Boo Dog? Yeah, get in. Yeah, again, the ticking is the regulator trying to deal with 12 volts and not liking it very much. Usually, if I put a 12 volt car, or 12 volts in a 6 volt car, I unhook everything, so we can't really do any damage here. The oil pressure is a mechanical gauge, so no harm there. Speedometer doesn't care. The last plate on this Plymouth is 1973 or 4. Yeah, so she's been sitting around a long time. You can see daylight out the corners of the wall everywhere on the car. You know, like this is all just, it's you know, it's all resting on top of the frame. I guess that's the best you can say for it. 91,000 miles. So that's a lot back in the day. Well, let's see if she'll go. Tires are not nearly as good as I hoped. What do you think? You like it? Well, I got it going, but where am I going to put it? Could put it here. Yeah, maybe that's the best thing to do, is just back it in there. But I might need the tractor. Hey guys, hope you got a laugh out of seeing the old Plymouth go. It's kind of just been here so long, like me, you just kind of get used to it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday with the usual nonsense. Cheers. A regular contributor.
Same old shit.